So, the other day I had one of those mornings where nothing feels right, you know? Like I woke up already kinda grumpy for no reason. I didn't sleep great. I kept tossing and turning all night, thinking about the dumbest things like random memories from years ago, stuff I said in middle school, just nonsense. My brain was doing laps around things I don't even care about anymore. Anyway, I got up, shuffled into the kitchen, opened the fridge. And it was basically empty. No milk, no bread, not even a sad slice of cheese or anything. Just a half-used jar of pickles and a lemon that looked like it had seen better days. I sighed so loud I probably startled my neighbor. So I threw on whatever clothes I found on the chair. You know the chair. The one where clothes go when they're not dirty enough for the laundry but not clean enough for the closet. I didn't even bother brushing my hair properly. Just pulled on a hoodie and headed out. There's this little store a few blocks from me. It's not fancy or anything, but it's open early and usually quiet, which is perfect for when I don't feel like dealing with life. I grabbed one of those tiny carts that always have a weird squeaky wheel. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like it's actively fighting against you the entire time. I went straight for the basics. Eggs, bananas, oat milk. The bananas were borderline too ripe, but I figured I could freeze them for smoothies or something. Then I wandered down the cereal aisle and stood there for way too long. I was caught in this internal battle between buying something healthy or just grabbing the sugary stuff I actually wanted. My brain was like, "You're an adult. Get the granola." And then another part of me was like, "Life's hard. Get the chocolatey marshmallow whatever." While I'm standing there, zoned out and staring at boxes, I hear this soft voice behind me say, "Excuse me, dear, could you help me reach that?" I turn around and there's this little old lady, maybe up to my shoulder, wearing this big puffy coat even though it wasn't that cold out. She had one of those tiny floral scarves tied neatly under her chin, and she was pointing up at the top shelf. Without even thinking, I smiled and said, "Of course." I reached up and grabbed the box of bran flakes or something boring like that. As I handed it to her, she looked up at me with this sweet smile and said, "Thank you, sweetheart. These shelves get taller every year." I laughed and said, "Or maybe we're just shrinking." She chuckled, kind of patted my arm and said, "You're very kind. A lot of people just walk past me lately." And that kinda hit me. It was such a simple thing, just grabbing a box, but I could tell it meant more to her than that. I don't know, I started thinking about my grandma. She passed away a while ago, and I suddenly remembered how she used to struggle to reach things too, and how she'd always say something like, "They should lower these shelves for real people, not giants." After the lady walked away with her cereal, I just stood there for a second. My eyes landed on a box of the sugary cereal I'd been debating and I thought, "Screw it," and tossed it in my cart. Life's too short. I finished shopping, paid at the self-checkout where the machine scolded me for unexpected item in bagging area, even though I swear I did everything right. Then I walked out into the sunlight, and it hit me how good it felt to help someone, even in such a tiny way. Like the day had started so blah, but that small moment kind of softened it, made it feel a little more human. On the way home, I kept thinking about how people like her probably deal with that stuff all the time. Reaching things, getting ignored, feeling invisible. And how easy it was to just stop and help. It wasn't a big deal to me, but maybe it was to her. Maybe I reminded her of someone, or maybe she was having a rough morning too. And that moment helped a little. I got back to my apartment, put the groceries away, poured myself a bowl of that ridiculously sweet cereal, and sat down by the window. And it just felt nice. Not because of the cereal, though let's be honest, it was delicious, but because of that little moment of connection. I didn't even know her name, but somehow she made my day better without even trying. Funny how that works sometimes. You go out just to buy milk and bananas, and somehow you come back feeling a little more hopeful about people.